Hello and welcome to another episode of the Be You Babe podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Weaver, and today I am really, really excited to have my personal coach right now, and she's Christy Avis, and she does all things energetics and human design, and she's been amazing. And I just am so excited to have this conversation with you, Christy, because you have such a unique perspective and a unique way of understanding the energetics and getting people out of their head, myself included.
I love it. Yes, that is like the bread and butter of what I do. I'm so freaking excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad you came.
Yes.
So let's start with how you started as a coach and that journey. Cause one thing that and I didn't initially when I saw your stuff on Instagram and whatnot, it's like, gosh, she's so young. Like, how does she have her shit together?
Totally.
I was like, I'm 40. How do I not? Oh, but
Totally.
you really did shift into some like a higher expression of so much that people are reaching for
Totally.
really quickly. So I'd love to know
Yeah.
that journey.
100%. And I love this question so much because I actually had a lot of conditioning around my age when I first started as a coach and just even in my life in general, because even
Mhm.
before I was a coach, I was moving very quickly. I was that person at 16 who got hired, got the job, became a manager, literally moved on to another job, moved into a corporate job that required a bachelor's degree when I only had an associate's. I just worked my way up and I've always been that way. And I think something that really sparked that was deep contrast in my earlier years and deep contrast within my life. So I grew up in an abusive household and always just wanted more from my life, right? And so I experienced a lot of contrast within those jobs, within those positions, really challenging people, really growing in a way that caused people to dislike me and just this energy of I always wanted more and I always moved so quickly because contrast was always such a deep motivator for me. Like, let's get out of my family's house. Let's get out of this position. Let's create more income. Let's create more wealth. Oh, my health isn't doing the best. Let's create health. Right. And so all of this deep contrast really served me in the beginning of my life. And I think that I can really attribute that to why I've become so successful as a coach at 27 years old, because I'm 27 now, but my business really started taking off around 26, was just how much life I've experienced in my beginning years, right? It's been so much life. And now I look back on it and I'm like, thank goodness I've had so many failed launches. Thank goodness I've had so many portals within relationships. Thank goodness I've been the person who it's worked for and not worked for and gone through health journeys and gone through like emotional abuse within my family and even physical abuse, because now I'm able to channel that into a deeper understanding and a deeper love for people. But when I first started my journey within business, I'd always been very mind led, right? And so I all of this contrast had experienced, all of the things that I was doing in my life, even though they were impressive, I was unhappy, right? Like even within the corporate position and just like it was everything that I should have wanted. I could have retired there happily, right? And there was still this inkling in my soul of like that you're meant for more. This isn't
Mhm.
you. And I have a divine G center. So whenever something is not me, I'm like, I really have to do an internal check. And
Yeah.
in that period of time, I was really locked in like pros and cons lists, logic, got to think it through, got to move through this paradigm of like my mind.
Yeah.
Right, but my body was screaming at me, and it was literally I was having autoimmune issues, I was, like, really fatigued, and I was really checking in, and I was like, "This isn't the authentic expression of what's meant to be happening." So I created my business, and I started out as a virtual assistant, and I literally created corporate away from corporate. I was working 16-hour days. There were points where I was working 20-hour days. And I was like, okay, what gives? There's something wrong here because I'm seeing all of this magic happening in this industry where people are making triple, quadruple what I'm making. There's no way they're working 40 hours a day. That's not even possible. There's not 40 hours in a day. So there's something energetic that
Yeah.
I'm missing. And that's when you know how it is,
Yep.
contrast comes into your life,
Yep.
and all of a sudden the universe is like, here you go. And it presented me with human design. And I was like, this is it. This is the magic missing piece. And so I learned everything about human design. I got certified. I went through all of the things and I was still working 16-hour days and nothing
Isn't
changed. And I
that
was like,
interesting?
it's
I feel
crazy.
like there's something to be said about that, because I think
Yeah.
people think that once you understand human design and you live strategy and authority, that like everything is going to fall into place, right?
Yeah.
And
There's such an illusion around that.
yeah. And
It's
it's just a tool. It's just a tool to understand yourself better and to have more compassion for yourself.
exactly, exactly. And I totally, and that's something that you and I are both very, very adamant about is like, until you embody it, it's just a bunch of facts.
Mhm.
And that's what I experienced in my life because I knew how to follow my strategy. I knew how to follow my authority. I knew my
Right?
incarnation cross. I knew
Oh.
all my gates and lines, and I was still burnt out.
Mm.
And so I was like, okay, the thing that's going to change everything for me is the embodiment. And I want to say like that this is, and I think this is why it's so easy for us to intellectualize human design is because you don't have to change. You don't have to look at
Mm.
yourself if you just keep it in the mind. But as soon as you embody it, you have to cut that contract that's no longer aligned. You have to stop
Yeah.
doing that thing that you think you should do for money, but you hate. You actually have to
Yep.
have boundaries with yourself around, oh, me doing this thing doesn't feel good, or me talking to this person doesn't feel good. It requires radical change. And
Yeah.
the mind hates that. The mind wants to
Good.
keep us the same. So
Yep.
the mind will trick us into knowing more, will change everything, but it's actually us staying the same. And so as I embodied human design, it was painful. I had
Mhm.
to literally pivot my business. I had to let go of misaligned things. I had to let go of misaligned people. I had to transition out of doing things that I thought were going to literally be the difference between me living on the street and having a home, right? That's
Yeah.
how the brain does.
Yeah.
It tricks you into thinking worst case scenario. But as I really started embodying, the divine shuffle took place in my life. And then I noticed, oh, I've only worked 4 hours today and today is done. Oh, I just had a
Mhm.
10K month and it was the easiest month of my life. Oh, I just had a 20K month and it was oh, I'm having this idea being called through me. Oh, I'm not feeling good based on how much money or how much success I'm feeling, but how satisfied I am. And that's when everything changes when I brought it down into the body and stopped intellectualizing it.
I love that. How do you notice the stuff happening in your body? Like, is
So
it yeah, go.
yeah, it's really, really interesting. And I've really had to tune into embodiment because I'm a 5-1 and that one line, it likes to keep me up in the clouds. I love to think, I
Yep.
love to learn. I love the feeling of like just thinking, and it's been one of those energies where I realized I was living very much outside of my body most of my life,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
very in the future or the past, right? And oftentimes, when we're living in the future and worrying about what ifs, we're actually living from the past, what we've already
Mhm.
created, because that's what
Mhm.
our mind knows. And that's
Mhm.
what keeps so many of us stuck in this place of logic. And
Yeah.
so, what I started doing is I started getting comfortable with actually being in my body so I could hear the sensation, because that's what human design is leading us to, is it's the body intelligence instead of the mind intelligence, but
Mhm.
we can't think the body intelligence, we feel it.
We feel
And
it.
so, yeah, and so I really started having to do this with the simple things like, how am I feeling about this food versus this food? How am I feeling about this outfit versus this outfit? And
Mhm.
really internally exercising deep presence within my physical system instead of thinking things through. And for a lot of us, even if whether we've experienced a lot of trauma or not, we are just deeply conditioned by society to live in our minds, right? And so
Mm.
this is a muscle that hasn't been used. And so many people that learn human design and then they try to go make huge decisions based off their human design without tuning into like, am
Yeah.
I in my body, even for the
Yeah.
smaller things and the smaller decisions? Because at the core of it, human design is listening to body intelligence. And how do we do that? By the unique biofeedback responses existing within our system. You can't think
Mhm.
those through, you are in them.
Mhm. And I feel like if you are, at least for me as a sacral many-gen, your sacral
Mhm.
many-gen, that any
Mhm.
type of emotion or story is going to automatically cloud or not give me the best judgment from the sacral. The sacral is
Ah,
like, I don't know what you're doing right now, but it's not what you should
totally.
be doing.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And it's like something that I've really, really tuned into within like even our coaching and within the
Mhm.
coaching that I do is the story follows the state, and the state is the
Mhm.
beingness within the body. And so if we're not in tune down here, what's going to happen? Our stories are going to spiral off. And what do most people do when a story comes up? They try to fight story with story. They try to go, "Oh no, that's not going to work," or "Oh no, it is," and try to like prove
Ah,
themselves wrong. But when we tune into the state, we're actually able to tune into presence and stop spiraling in the mind. Because yeah, the mind is going to cloud our judgment within our authority. Even for like reflectors and mental projectors, all of us, the mind is going to cloud the body response,
yeah.
right? And every single authority, doesn't matter what authority you are, it's in tune with the sensation of the physical system, whether that's clarity, whether that's an excited yes, whether that's a screaming of the no from the spleen, whether that's feeling in touch with self or for the self projected. Like it's all body led.
Mhm. Oh, I love that. Oh, so was there like one thing that you feel like shifted things for you and suddenly it felt like, oh, I get this embodiment piece? Because I feel like that
Yes,
has been an interesting journey for myself as well. And I know a lot of people, I mean, we think from our mind. So how,
totally.
like, how would you coach someone through like drop it down, find that alignment first?
Totally. So I always recommend starting to get in touch with like how our authority is going to communicate with us
Hmm.
sensationally, because a lot of us will go, okay, how does a splenic authority feel? Or how does a sacral authority feel?
Yeah.
And it really is like that dropping down into the body and just starting to get curious,
Hmm.
because a lot of us will go into the energy when we're first doing this is like, did I hear it? No, that's wrong. I'm doing this wrong. I'm
Mm.
supposed to feel something else. And
Yep.
that all of those stories are, where are they? They're in the mind, right?
Yep.
And so that deeper level of embodiment is just this very open curiosity. I almost see it like meditation, right?
Hmm.
Meditation is meditation done for the sake of meditating. It's not for the sake of doing it right, doing it wrong, all of these things. Oh, I'm wrong because I'm in my head. Oh, I'm right because I'm in my body. It's just the energy of a gentle curiosity. And
Hmm.
that's something that will really help you start to drop in. And also having check ins throughout the day of what's going on in my body, and just doing a
Mhm.
body scan, because so often we're living in this like etheric, like mind led pros, cons, logic place that
Yeah.
even just bringing your awareness to how's my stomach feeling? How's my
Mhm.
body feeling? How am I feeling cold? What am I seeing, tasting, hearing, smelling, touching? Bringing it back to the senses grounds us in so we can actually listen to the intuitions coming through our body. So that was a really big switch that came for me in terms of embodiment, but it was also the energy of not associating with every thought that my brain thinks as the ultimate truth.
Amen.
Right?
Oh, yes, 100%. Like, yeah, not every thought is truth. Like, it's your
Totally.
brain making
Yeah,
shit up
and
all the time.
totally. And when I started seeing, because I feel like in the beginning of my journey, there was a lot of either complete association with every thought I was
Mhm.
thinking, like, oh, this isn't gonna work. This is gonna burn to the ground. Oh, you're
Mhm.
not good enough for this, or whatever those thoughts were. I just go with it. And I'm like, that's true because I thought
Mhm.
it. And I'm like, that's a really good way to stay out of touch with your authority. The
Yeah.
other one is to fight the mind, right? That's
Mhm.
a good way to
Yep,
stay out of touch with the authority
totally.
too, where it's like, I thought this thought that things aren't going to work. No, they're definitely going to work. And we try to fight the story. But when we bring this gentle curiosity of like, oh, my brain is serving me because it's trying to protect me, but
Yeah.
also it gets to be the passenger and I get to tune into my body for the ultimate truth,
Yeah.
then I allow it to spiral. I allow it to do its
Mm.
thinking thing, and I allow it to fear. And I go, oh, hi, fear. I see you. And then I listen to my authority and I'm like, fear, you're coming along for the ride.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And I would do the same thing, especially prior to coaching with you and just trying to fight the story, trying to go, no, no,
Mhm.
that's not what I want to tell myself. That's not, no.
Totally.
And
Totally.
yeah, it's more of witnessing, oh, well, that's an interesting story. I feel the feelings, I go through it, and then I'm like, okay, what do I actually believe with
Yeah.
within my body? And that, oh my gosh, it's been life changing. Life changing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, and I've seen you embody this so, 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 so deeply, where it's like this energy of, oh, I see the thought.
Mhm.
Allow the thought. And then I tap into, okay, well, if this isn't the ultimate truth, then what would I like to believe instead? Instead of this really railroading ourselves into trying to believe something, right?
Yeah.
You don't try to believe something, you
No.
get into a gentle curiosity and
Yeah.
open your system up.
Yeah, and that feels so much lighter and easier, and I don't
Mhm.
have yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm battling myself to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. Yeah.
Totally, totally, because that's a huge illusion within this industry and
Mhm.
just within like the positive thinking and all of the manifestation pieces is like, if you think a bad thought, you're screwed. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
No.
you're not. I can't tell you how many fearful thoughts I've had and how many I continue to have. I just see them and go, that's not actually the ultimate truth. And then I tune back into my authority.
Mhm. It's like, where do you wanna put your focus? Are you putting your
Yeah,
focus in what you desire and understanding that, yeah, sometimes your focus will shift or,
totally.
like, take a a detour,
Yeah, it does.
but it always comes back to, like, primary focus. What are you primarily focused on? Yeah.
Totally. It's so crazy because we're literally writing our own story based
Mhm.
on, oh my gosh, this thought is the ultimate truth, or what would I like to believe instead from a gentle curiosity? And from that
Mhm.
space, we get to focus on desire instead of lack. We get to focus on the people in our worlds who are yeses and not nos. And I think that this translates so well to everything that you do, because especially within the services that you offer and how you help people energetically attached to the yes, energetically attached to the desire, and then those undertones of lack and fear and focusing on the no don't come through in their
Mhm.
expression, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, totally. When you're totally in sync with what you're talking about, you're focused on the people that need it most and that are the
Yeah.
yes, and you totally ignore
And
the people that aren't.
they resonate, and
Yeah.
I love that because
Yeah.
that's how our sacrals are leading us to, or
Mhm.
whatever authority you have, it's leading you towards wanted and away from
Mhm.
unwanted, right? But so
Mhm.
many of us in our minds, we're like, "Okay, what's unwanted and how do I counter that?" And that
Mm.
translates through the way we show up in our businesses, the way we
Yep.
create content, and
Yep.
that can really shut down our magnetism because that's moving from a place of logic, and when we're in logic, our auras are collapsed. We've got
Mhm.
the blinders on to the
Mhm.
possibilities. And so that expansion comes from not only that gentle redirecting of focus towards wanted, but tuning back into the body. And that's when our aura expands and we're magnetic. So the things we say, the things we write, they
Mhm.
work.
Mhm. How do you feel like the strategy piece comes into this? Like strategy in terms of like marketing and offers and like the masculine strategy, not
Totally.
strategy and
Yeah, and I totally get you, and I really, really believe that being authority-led is the first step, having solid energetics, because I really love to combine human design with energetics because then it lands in people's bodies, right? If
yeah.
I just do human design, it's just like, "Ooh, cool fact," right? It's not
Yep.
energetically grounded, and so
Yeah.
we move from this space of solid energetics and human design embodiment, and then strategy becomes a natural extension and an
Mhm.
amplifier of who we are. And that's where strategy is effective because then it's like, ooh, from my authority, this way feels fun. This way lights me up. And all of a sudden, your articulation of your offers is really
Mhm.
powerful because I see people so often go, okay, what's the strategy?
Yeah.
And then they try to apply the energetics. But strategy without solid energetics and human design embodiment first is a box that you put yourself in that constrains you. But when you
Mhm.
follow energetics and human design first, it's an expander. And of course, there's things that we can learn around articulating our offers in a really powerful way and starting to
Totally.
stack offers and learning how to actually word our things to where things are resonating with our audience.
Right.
But those things are led from me first. It's not me
Yeah.
trying to figure out the
Yeah.
solution. It's me being in deep alignment and the solution presents itself.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, you can't you can't force that. It's like the head and heart coherence. Like your heart
Yeah.
is the feminine, right? We have to lead with that feminine.
Mm,
And then the masculine will 100% come in and back it up with the strategy and like,
totally.
but if you're trying to do it the opposite way, like it falls apart. You can't,
Totally.
you like you said, you put yourself into a box and now you're just like frustrated and
You're
annoyed
floundering
and
like,
don't
how do
want to do the thing. Yeah.
totally. That's and it's so powerful because it's the energy of how do I fix this? How do I make
Mm,
this work
yeah.
versus
Yeah.
if everything's already working and I'm so deeply in tune with self and I'm following my light up, then things get to work better when we implement strategy. And like you've
Yeah.
seen within the mastermind and places, strategy is important, but also it has to feel expansive.
Yeah. It has to feel exactly. If I'm trying to do a strategy that I don't feel lit up about in
Mm,
launching or whatever it is, email, whatever it is, it feels like I can feel the stickiness while I'm
yeah.
trying to write the things, while I'm trying to create the content. And I know from my own personal experience that anytime I'm writing from that place, it never ends well. Never.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
totally. And this really goes back to like I love your work so so much because that's exactly how you teach people to write in alignment with
Mhm.
their human design. It's the same way that I work. It's
Yeah.
very energetics and human design
Yeah.
first, and
Yeah.
then you bring in the aspect of like, okay, human design and energetics are incredible and you feel incredible, and now we articulate that in a way where it resonates with your people because when you think about it, our ability to articulate our offers, our transformation in the world, it has to be from a soul-led, lit up place
Yes.
within our bodies and within our
Yeah.
authorities. But that articulation is our ability to make money, our ability to
Mhm.
actually impact people because we can have the most aligned thing in the world, but if we don't know how to talk about it,
Yep.
then what happens? Nobody
Yep.
nobody comes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Or if you don't understand some of the like just simple things about why someone would come into your container or why
Yeah.
someone or what someone needs to know and understand before coming into your container, right? That it
Yes.
allows them the space to make the empowered decision for themselves.
Oh,
We're not
totally.
persuading, but we're just giving the right information so they can make the most empowered choice for them.
Yes, we're inviting people into something that can completely
Yeah.
change their life, and
Yeah.
we know how to articulate that transformation, and it's embodied because we
Mhm.
moved from energetics and human design first, and
Mhm.
so we feel the resonance within our own container because it's from a aligned place. It's from an embodied place. It's from a place of deep belief. And
Mhm.
from that space, it's like the people and the money coming in is the icing on top of the cake. The cake
Mhm.
is your embodiment, your excitement, your offer. And so
Mhm.
many people have this backwards where it's like they think that the offering and their own embodiment is the icing and they're waiting for the money and the clients to be the entire
Yeah.
cake and it's backwards.
Yeah, totally, 100% backwards. Yeah.
And when you learn that, it changes everything because then
Mhm.
you need nothing to happen. And then all of a sudden your aura is expanded, you're magnetic, people are flowing, money's flowing, your impact is
Mhm.
increasing. You're like, oh, that's the magic sauce.
Mm, that's it, that's it, that's when it feels good, that's when it
Yes.
yes, oh, um, where do you see, like, the coaching industry going?
Oh my gosh. So it's funny you ask this question because I have a lot of clients who come to me in earlier stages in their business. People who are really far along will still even have this limiting belief of like, is there room for me? Can I have
Mhm.
this massive expansion? And what I truly believe about this industry is a baby.
Mhm.
We are literally on the forefront of the biggest movement that we are
Mhm.
going to see in our lifetime and probably many lifetimes. And this is this is human ascension. And so I see this industry going nowhere but up, nowhere but growing. And there's so much room for people. And I used to believe this in the beginning of my business because I really started my human design business 2 years ago, right?
Mhm.
Or about, I not even 2 years ago. And within this piece, I really believed I was too late. And it's like when I really tapped in, none of us are too late. There is so much room, there is so much space, and this is only going to continue to grow because people want to grow. People want to
Mhm.
feel good in their lives. People want expansion. What are we? We're all reflections of an ever expanding universe. Expansion is a natural state of being for us. And the coaching industry is leading expansion on a level that it blows my mind. I love this industry so much.
I totally agree. I feel like when you look around, sometimes we get blinders on when we're doing our own work and feeling like, oh, everybody must be doing this work and everybody
Totally.
must be working through their struggles and their triggers and whatnot. But if you look around at like even your bubble, I would say not even 1% of the people I know are actually doing this work. That are
Yes.
actually like they're just more living life day in and
Mhm.
day out, kind of from the same old programming that we've all been, gurgitated to, for
Totally.
years. And no one, like, so few people are really checking in and going, is this really what I want? And I
Right.
think only more and more people will start to check in with that and go, I want what are you doing? Like, I want to be able to do what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I so deeply agree because we really are on the forefront of this body-led consciousness happening.
Mm,
And so there
yeah.
are so many people who are still in the logic-led place. Even me years ago, I was still
Yeah.
in that very logical, gotta follow the path of what was laid out in front of me of organized religion, get married, white picket fence, 10 kids, whatever the stories we've been told are, the indoctrination. But what we
Yeah.
get to start to do, and more people are doing this every day, is going, what do I want?
Mhm.
What feels good? And from that space, it's like it's just like this, it's we're gonna hit critical mass where everyone just like instantly is like, I'm not doing this anymore because it doesn't feel aligned. And we're gonna have this mass reorganization of
Yeah.
society that
Yeah.
serves our highest good. And it's so beautiful because we needed the contrast of being in a very mind-led
Mhm.
place. Like the
Mhm.
technology and all of the things that we've learned have fostered an age where we can live so comfortably, and now we're coming back, and now we're getting more emotional intelligence, and now we're connecting to nature more and to our own spirits, and we're starting to connect
Mhm.
with other humans on a deeper level. And it's like this is an entire ascension process happening right now, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
So agree. I so agree. Love it.
Yes, me too.
What else do you wanna share?
Oh my gosh. So obviously, freaking love human design. And within this piece of human design, it really is the practice.
Mm,
And for everyone listening, I want you to know that this is like your natural state of being, is really
mhm.
being in this present, deep, centered place. And so, as you practice, as you allow yourself to not judge yourself for, oh, am I doing it right or am I doing it wrong? And just start to tune in and start to check in and tune into your biofeedback. Did that feel exciting to me or did that feel like
Mhm.
a no? And starting to listen to those rose petals.
Mhm.
Desire really does lead to desire. And
Mhm.
I really encourage people in the beginning not to go down the rabbit hole of human design and really work with people like you and me who are really able to bring people back into like, let's actually let this change your life. Let's not go
Mhm.
into this piece and learn every gate and every
Yep.
channel until you're very embodied in
Mhm.
the beingness of your design. And so finding those pieces, starting to bring in the embodiment practices, not overly intellectualizing, not going with every thought your brain thinks is the ultimate truth, that's going to be really important because it doesn't matter what space you're in. If you're wanting to create a business, you've already created it and you're wanting to find deeper alignment. What I truly believe is that desires are called through us because they're meant for us. Because if we think about it, we are the universe. And so the second I want something, the universe wants it for me. And so as I have these big desires born, a lot of us will go into the paradigm of, okay, have this desire. That means I need to follow A, B, C, D to get it. And it's like, when we really tune in and you let yourself be led by human design, desires lead to desires. So my desire to take a nap, my desire to create content, my desire to go on a vacation, all of those pieces are the rose petals being laid in front of me on the path to my bigger desires. And it's not going to make sense to your logical brain. And that's okay.
Yeah. No smart goals here.
No smart goals. No, we are done with smart goals. We
Oh,
are
thank God.
into aligned goals. And as we say this, it's 111. So so here for it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Oh, I love that so much. I think that takes so much pressure off of trying to figure out the how too, right? Like that's where smart goals come from. It's like you have this desire and you got to figure out how. We don't have to figure out how. And I mean, so many times that I lean into that, I feel like I go back and forth across that line of
Mm,
trusting that I don't have to figure it out and trusting that and trusting, not trusting. There we go.
yeah,
And when I do, it's just they easily fall into place. It's so much more enjoyable. It's so much
totally.
more like, oh, this gets to be fun
Yeah,
instead of like, okay, I gotta do this and this and this to get to my goal. And it feels so trudgy and mucky
totally.
and like who wants to do that? I don't. Like I want to go have fun. That's why it doesn't work.
Exactly, exactly. And it's so funny because what starts to happen as we go towards like, okay, this is the step I need to follow in order for this to happen, and I got to go
Mhm.
do this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this, is we create a self-perpetuating cycle of being stuck. Because what
Mhm.
happens is we try really hard and then we see a small result. And
Yeah.
then what does that reinforce in our brain? Oh, trying really hard equals a result. So what do? We try hard again and we try hard again and we force and we pressure and we push. And then we get to a point in time where we're like, I want more. I want more for my life. I want more income. I want more people coming in. But the thing is your next level is an amplification of the current energetic state that you're operating within. And so if now is hard, we're going to
Mhm.
self-protect from more
Mhm.
because our brain's
Yep.
going to go, now's hard, more equals harder. Absolutely
Mhm.
not. And so many
Yep.
people find stagnation from that.
Yeah, and I totally feel like I'm in that, like, I've reached the glass ceiling of my
Yeah.
mind. I'm like, I've
Yeah.
been here before, and I've self-protected and fallen back down, and now it's the work of understanding that I don't have to self-protect. It doesn't have to be hard. It gets to be easy, and then
Totally. And I'm
yeah.
seeing you do that over and over again where you're just like, ooh, notice, be curious,
Mhm.
expand.
Mhm.
Notice, be
Mhm.
curious, tune into the sacral, make the adjustment and expand.
Yeah.
And it's something that is so beautiful and so powerful and is reflected so deeply through your embodiment, but it's not only reflected through your embodiment, but it's also reflected in your clients and the work that you do with your clients, because it's like, if content feels hard, if marketing feels hard, what are we going to do? We're going to self-protect from marketing in a way that feels aligned because
Yeah.
we've associated that it's hard. And what happens is people feel that,
Mhm.
right? And so our
Mhm.
expansion, that next level, if it's an amplification, our next level in marketing, our next level in reach, our next level in impact, it's going to be self-protected by our writing, our content, our messaging feeling hard now.
Yep, and now we're just going to push and push and push.
Yeah, and get back in the loop of try really hard, see a
Yep.
small result, make
Yep.
trying really hard the reason we saw the small result, and then we spiral. And that's where
Mhm.
so many people hit burnout or hit just
Yep.
complete blocks of feeling like disconnected from their business or feeling like nothing's working. That's really that loop that we want to break through, and we transcend that loop by tuning
Mm,
back in and embodying our human design with powerful energetics.
absolutely. I love it. Love Thank you,
me
Christy,
too. Oh,
so
you're
much
so
for
welcome.
coming.
This has been so incredible. Oh my gosh, this is such a juicy conversation.
So good. You have a freebie too, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. So my favorite thing to guide people to is my Facebook group, Aligned Ascension for Spiritual Entrepreneurs. I have so many incredible free trainings in there that will literally expand you, activate you. And I also have a human design and business energetics guide, and it's super fun because you can look at your type, you can look at your profile and find out how to find deeper alignment within your business. So I will give you the link so you can share with anybody
Love
who's
it.
listening, but it's super fun, super simple, and doesn't let you get too in your head about your embodiment.
Amazing. Those will be in the show notes. Absolutely. Thank you again, Christy, so, so much for coming. I so appreciate you and your amazing insights.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so, so much for having me. And it's such an honor to be here. It's such an honor to work with you and be your coach because I really like the work that you are doing in the world is so needed, so important. And I am really excited for people to start embodying on a deeper level. And you are just so in alignment with all of those pieces around true embodiment and strategy being an extension of that. So
Yeah.
I'm so, so grateful to work with you and see your power and see you work through all these portals. It's incredible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you next week.